Ding! Second floor. We've now arrived. I'm going to step on out and start up this new Tuesday Tips at 2 with the Goldbergs. Welcome back. We are indeed still here at Goldberg Law HQ, where we have fancy windows installed in all sorts of places. Let's talk about why you must respond to a lawsuit if you are sued. How about this? Let's start off with why you must accept service to a lawsuit if you are sued. Anyone gets to sue you. That's how it works. You exist in the world, maybe you're doing business, maybe you're just a person living in a house, but if someone wants to sue you, they have the legal right to do so. The first step that they must take is, find a lawyer and draft up the lawsuit and then file it. Next up, for the defendant to be part of the lawsuit, officially a defendant in a lawsuit, they must be properly given notice. This occurs via service. You'll have all seen the movies You've Been Served, right? So a plaintiff that files a lawsuit then is going to be hiring either a private process server to actually serve the paperwork, or perhaps law enforcement, a constable or sheriff to go serve the paperwork. When that process server or the sheriff or the constable is trying to serve you, I recommend, not being your lawyer right now, that you accept service. There's nothing good to be gained out of playing these games that so many defendants in so many of our cases, and even a few of our clients along the way, play. They think like, ooh, we'll be smarter than them, we'll somehow show them. So they hide from the sheriff. They tell their wife to lie at the door. They turn off the lights. They disappear. It's so silly because all the plaintiff is going to do is get the information from the process server that shows this person is clearly dodging, because you're not going to be fooling a professional process server or constable or sheriff. They know what your silly games are, and they're going to write an affidavit that the plaintiff is going to present to the judge saying, hey, we made all these attempts to serve this guy at his house or at his place of business. He's clearly there. He's clearly dodging us. Please allow us to proceed with the lawsuit via an alternative means of service, such as posting on his door, sending it to him via email, leaving it via certified mail, dropping it off with his wife, whatever it is. They're going to, at some point or another, be able to continue with the lawsuit. So if you then are risking it by not accepting service, you don't know what the judge is going to authorize in terms of that other service. Maybe it will just be via public posting in a newspaper, i.e. service by publication, where you don't even know then when it's occurred. And why is it so important to know when that service has officially occurred? Because it starts a clock. And that clock is ticking. You have a certain period of time. In Texas, it's this amount of time. In other states, it's that amount of time. But you have a deadline to file your answer. If you don't file your answer as of that deadline, you then are at risk of losing the lawsuit, meaning a judgment by default because you didn't show up, might be rendered against you. You catching me here? You might, because you played some game, or because you decided, even if you were properly served, okay, I was served, why do I need to answer? I mean, I don't have time for this. I don't want to pay some lawyer to deal with some BS lawsuit. I mean, I didn't even do it. If you don't answer for whatever reason, the plaintiff can go get a default judgment against you. And then, once they have a judgment, they're trying to collect it against you, or maybe it has injunctive relief, meaning forcing you to do X, Y, Z, or preventing you from doing Z, Y, X. Then, if you say, oh, it's not fair, the facts of the case are BS, or I didn't know about it, or that wasn't me, it was the wrong guy, it doesn't make a difference. All those defenses are important before judgment is rendered, not after the judgment is rendered. Then you're paying an attorney, an appellate attorney likely, a tremendous amount more to try to clean up the fact, post facto, the judgment that could have been avoided in the first place. Just hear me out. Accept service of a lawsuit and then go talk to an attorney about whatever the problem is with the lawsuit, whatever your defenses are, whatever your plan is, whatever it is, let him or her then handle it. by the deadline to file the answer, and then get going with the process. If it's totally BS and it's totally insane, it's totally frivolous, maybe your lawyer can even file a counterclaim for frivolous filing. Who knows? I don't. Not right now. You heard my pitch. Just answer the lawsuit. Just accept service. Until next time, stay cool.